Good evening, fam. Twisted Beard, GoodMoFos R5, here with you today. Hope everybody's having a lovely afternoon. Our next tutorial installment is going to be focusing on the new X-Hero, which was just released, Attila. And I'm sure everyone is very keen and curious to hear more about him and how we can be utilizing this latest addition to our legions. So let's jump in, waste no time, and take a look. So again, Attila is an X-Hero. That means that you can't obtain him by regular means with regular orange tickets, but nor does he require the royal exclusive, I think it's called, or else just royal or just exclusive, but royal exclusive heroes like Cyrus, like Caesar, like Achilles, like Alexander, that require those special exclusive tickets to chase. He is in the middle. X-Heroes are able to be procured, fragments for them, predominantly on the Lucky Wheel, though some of the older X-Heroes are available in some other events as well on occasion. But the Lucky Wheel is definitely going to be the primary area where we're going to see opportunities for Attila pop up in the near future. So yeah, be ready to take advantage of the Lucky Wheel if you want to get some Attila copies going for yourself. So he is a ranged hero and he is a cavalry hero. So a ranged cavalry hero. I'm excited about that. I think the game right now could use another strong cavalry attack hero. I was certainly pleased to see that it wasn't another infantry hero coming out right now. I think the game and legions are quite top heavy with infantry right now. So definitely happy to see another cavalry hero coming out. Unlike Hector, who was a total and complete flop, which I'm pissed off about. They essentially just stole all our money. Anybody who chased down their Hector copies, I have not used him one time in one battle. That's how bad he is. Attila looks wonderful. So, you know, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and we won't know until we get in the arena and get in the KE and all the rest and start doing some serious testing. But by the looks of things, Attila is not only going to be strong, but most likely is going to be a very overpowered hero in terms of what his skills are looking like right now. So let's jump into his first special skill, skill 2. It's called Civilization Trample. We will just look at the max level for all these skills, as we're going to want to get these skills maxed ASAP. So we'll always look at the max level in terms of what they're able to do for us. So max level, 1 round of prep, 65% chance to reduce the troop power recovery effects of the enemy squad with the lowest troop power by 60% and deal 760% damage, lasting 1 round. If the squad is already in a state where troop power cannot be recovered or recovery effects are reduced, all enemy squads will have their troop power recovery effects reduced by 60%, lasting 1 round. So let's read that one more time. 1 round of prep. 65% chance to reduce the troop power recovery effects of the enemy squad with the lowest troop power by 60% and deal 750% damage, lasting 1 round. If the squad is already in a state where troop power cannot be recovered or recovery effects are reduced, all enemy squads will have their troop power recovery effects reduced by 60%, lasting 1 round. That's a mouthful and it's a little complicated, so that's why we went through it twice. But essentially what's happening here is, yes, there is 1 round of prep. That's a downside, but that can be negated with some of his later skills and with some other hero pairings potentially as well. But 1 round of prep and then 65% chance to reduce the troop power recovery effects of the enemy squad with the lowest troop power by 60% and deal 750% damage. Okay, so that's going to, of the 3 enemy heroes, target the one with the lowest troop power, which is most likely going to be that front row hero, but you never know. And it's going to reduce their troop power by 60%, which is decent in and of itself. And it's going to hit them for 750% damage, which is, mediocre in and of itself. Combined, that's quite a good skill. And then when you factor in the second part of the skill, which is that if the troops that the hero selects with this skill are already in a reduced healing state, now it's going to hit all of the legions for a 60% healing reduction. Okay, so none of them are going to be able to heal. Now, that's a great skill in and of itself, especially when it's functioning, at full throttle, functioning at its best and hitting all three enemy heroes. But when you combine this skill with Attila's other skills and some of the available cavalry heroes right now, it potentially gets pretty crazy in terms of the amount of damage and chaos it can do. So let's jump to the fifth skill. 1 round of prep again. 60% chance to reduce the troop power recovery effects of all enemy squads by 40% and deal 600% damage, lasting 1 round. After Attila uses a combat skill, the release chance of combat skills for all our cavalry squads increases by 5%, stackable up to 5 layers, lasting till the battle ends. So as much as I loved that first skill we just looked at, this one's even better. Okay, so just like the first one, we got 1 round of prep, which again is going to be negated more often than not, most likely by his final skill, which we'll look at soon. But we've got a 60% chance, so only slightly lower percentage chance. The first one was 65, this one's 60. 60% chance to reduce the troop power recovery effects by all enemy squads by 40%. Okay, so that's going to hit all enemy squads by 40%. And deal 600% damage to all enemy squads. That's 1,800% damage overall. There are few skills out there with any hero that are going to achieve 1,800% damage. Okay? Beyond that, the second part of this skill is just mad. Okay? So every time he successfully casts a skill, all your cavalry squads are going to get a 5% increase chance to casting their combat skills, stackable up to 5 layers. So that means up to 25% increase. Okay, so that's 60% that we're looking at right here. That's going to go to 65, then it's going to go to 70, then it's going to go to 75, then it's going to go to 80, then it's going to go all the way up to 85%. So, and the first one's going to go up to 90. And if you got other cavalry heroes accompanying Attila, which you will, the percentage of success for all of their combat skills is also going to go through the roof as well. So if they're sitting at 60, 75, 80% likelihood, their likelihood's now going up to 85, 90, 95, 100%. So, he's just going to make all your cavalry heroes just way more successful with their skills. So, that's great. And then when you consider that, within your lofty specialization level, up in that top right-hand corner, you have the 5% increase to, combat skill casting. All of these percentages that we're looking at right out of the gate are 5% higher already just from that, meaning that he's going to cast these skills even more successfully than what it appears on paper, which means this second skill, the second part of this second skill in particular, is going to be that much stronger because he's going to be more successful casting his skills than it appears, which means that second part of this skill is going to build up that much faster, which means that not only Attila, but now all your cavalry legions are having that much more success with all their attack skills. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right, let's look at his final skill. At the start of combat, all enemy squads are put into pain state, increasing damage taken by pain layers times 1%. I'm going to read that sentence again. At the start of combat, all enemy squads are put into pain state, increasing damage taken by pain layers times 1%. Starting from round 3, all cavalry squads on our side gain a 25% dodging chance and instantly recover some troop power, recovery rate 280%. When Attila casts a prep skill, which is his first 2 skills, there's an 80% chance to skip 1 round of the prep, okay? So you got an 80% chance. Let's start from the back and work our way towards the front. So right out of the gate, those first 2 skills, which each required 1 round of prep, you got an 80% chance, a 4 out of 5 chance that you're going to skip one of those rounds of prep, which means those skills are going to cast more often, which means the percentage is going to go up, just like we were discussing in the last skill, that much faster. Okay, so again, he's even better. He should be even better in reality than he almost appears on paper when all this stuff is working in a compounding and cumulative way. And that's to say nothing of him being combined with other heroes that potentially help that along as well. I'm not saying you should pair him with Sid, but if you pair him with Sid, the increase of these skills all casting goes up by, I believe, 15%, which is close to guaranteeing the first 2 skills. You pair him with, I want to say, Roland, and you got an additional skill that has an additional chance of eliminating the prep time of these casting skills. So there's a lot you can do to push it even more. But anyways, so when Attila casts a prep skill, there's an 80% chance to skip 1 round of prep. So that's going to have a major impact on the first 2 skills. Now let's start back from the beginning of this skill. At the start of combat, all enemy squads are put into a pain state, increasing damage taken by pain layers times 1%. So if we go up a little bit where it has the pain underlined, we can click on that, and then it gives us a definition of pain. Pain. Each 1% reduction in troop power recovery affects counts. The wording, I'm sorry, my sentences aren't coming off cleanly here. It's just sometimes the ways this stuff is worded. Each 1% reduction in troop power recovery effects counts as 1 layer of pain. Inability to recover troop power counts as 100 layers of pain, up to a maximum of 100 layers. Each 1% reduction in troop power recovery effects counts as 1 layer of pain. Inability to recover troop power counts as 100 layers of pain, up to a maximum of 100 layers. And that's what I was just going to say. We're looking at reductions of 60% and 40% to the enemy's ability to heal in his first 2 skills. So that would be 100 layers of pain. So that's going to increase the damage taken by 100%. That's a major, major, major damage increase. And damage, remember, damage isn't just might. And damage isn't even tactical might. Damage is above tactical might. Damage is all damage. Damage is damage. So, wow. Each 1% of pain, each 1% reduction in troop power recovery, this counts as 1 layer of pain. Yeah. And this has nothing to do with just Attila, too. So this can be troop power recovery being affected negatively by your other heroes, too. And you have lots of heroes these days, and particularly cavalry heroes, that are going to prohibit healing. So it's just lots of options for Attila to just really amplify what he has going on. But let's read this one in its full one last time, this last skill. At the start of combat, all enemy squads are put into pain state, increasing damage taken by pain layers by 1%. So if they got, a 40% damage, a 40% healing reduction, that's going to be 40 pain layers. That's going to translate to 40% more damage. You got it. So starting round 3, all cavalry squads on our side gain a 25% dodging chance and instantly recover some troop power. Well, let's look at that now a little bit too, because these are not small things in their own right either. I mean, round 3 is pretty early in the battle, okay? It would be better if it was taken off on round 1, but it's not like it's taking off on round 4 or round 5 or way late. Round 3 is enough time to make an impact with gaining that 25% dodging chance. And it also, I mean, as far as starting from round 3. The only thing I'm questioning right now is if your legions are going to get that 280% each round, or if that's a one-time pop at round 3. It can't be every round. Starting from round 3, all cavalry squads on our side gain a 25% dodging chance and instantly recover some troop power. No, I think it's just once. But they do, the way it's written is relatively ambiguous, so I'm not saying that with certainty. But if all 3 of your cavalry legions heal 280% every single round, starting from round 3, I mean, that's just going to take him from overpowered to guided missile, basically. So let's hope that he's not that over the top, and it only happens the one time. We'll go with that. But wow. I mean, all 3 of his skills are just major. It's not like there's 2 really good ones and 1 mediocre one. You know, that's Oliver. Like Oliver's first skill with the, I think, just minus 35%, damage taken, or, a small defensive buff. It's good. Minus 35% damage is helpful, but, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, in comparison to Attila's worst skill, Attila's worst skill is a 10. And, that's a 3, So he's just going to be kick-ass. I mean, I think he's going to be the strongest hero available right now, especially with some of his pairing options. So let's talk about that a little bit before we end this video. So Attila is going to have several pairing options in terms of looking at heroes that have natural synergy with where his strengths lie, okay? And first and foremost, you're going to want to accompany Attila with at least one other hero, but probably 2 other heroes that prohibit the enemy from recovering troops to their full extent, because that is just going to really amplify everything he's doing, make him that much more of a force to be reckoned with. What I'm hoping doesn't happen is that he just gets schlepped in there with Quixote and Cyrus. And I'm worried that's what's going to happen, and I'm feeling pretty confident that's what's going to happen, especially when you look at Quixote and Cyrus. They both have those skills which hinder enemy healing. So I think there's a 90% chance what's going to happen here is it's going to be, assuming you have Cyrus as well, what it's going to be is Quixote, Attila, Cyrus. That's what I think is going to happen. What I'm really hoping happens, though, is that Attila pairs even better with at least one other hero outside of those 2. Somebody like Lancelot, for example. If you look at Lancelot's skills next to Attila, in my opinion, they have as much synergy together as he does with anybody. So I'm hoping against hope that Attila and Lancelot work really well together, and that gets Lancelot off the bench, allows him to actually, achieve his potential, and doesn't force us to break up necessarily the Quixote, Cyrus, Oliver Legion. The other one that could go really well with Attila is Percival. He's got the healing reduction. He's got the healing reduction skills, which could pair really nice. I would love to see, for example, the winning best cavalry combination to come out of this be Percival, Attila, Lancelot. I think that would be really fun, because that would leave that first cavalry legion intact, kind of swing the pendulum back towards cavalry a little bit from where it is with the footmen right now, and would be great. So that's what I'm really hoping. Testing's going to be needed. At the very least, I'm hoping that a Lancelot or a Percival or a Caesar goes crazy when he successfully dodges, so that 25% dodging in round 3 could pair really well with Caesar. Again, Caesar's just one of those heroes that I'd love to see kind of get off the bench and get back in, and Attila could theoretically bring him back into play as well. But I really hope that he doesn't just take the place of Oliver in the first Cavalry Legion, and that becomes Quixote, Attila, Cyrus. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. We'll see. My money's on that's what happens, but certainly don't rule out use with Percival. Don't rule out use with Lancelot. Lancelot's going to be the first thing I try, and I'm going to have really high hopes there. Roland, potentially, could pair well with Attila. So yeah, you got to play around. You got to test around. Don't get married to the first thing that works. Keep testing in the arena, and let us know in the comments what you find. Let us know what you think of Attila. Are you excited to see him? Would you prefer it was an archer hero or an infantry hero, or what are you hoping to see next? Yeah, let's talk about heroes a little bit. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this has informed you to the point where you make a better, more informed decision about if you want to chase Attila or not. And if you do go for X heroes, in my opinion, he's a definite go, just based off the initial assessment. And yeah, lots more videos to come. We've got a ton of them in the editing phase right now, so they're going to be popping up fast and furious here soon. We're making more all the time for you guys. Really appreciate all the awesome feedback from everybody. Please do, again, drop a comment, hit the like button. More importantly, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be, I think more videos coming just all the time, fast and furious now. So hit that subscribe button, and please do share the video on your Viber and on your Discord or wherever your alliance is congregating. And with that, best wishes from all of us here at the GoodMoFos. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.